Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing very fine on today's Christmas morning. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the T-22 medium. This is a tank that everybody wants to get their hands on, whether or not it's a Christmas present or just trying to buy in the crates. Every single year, this vehicle has come out for the past 2 years. Every single time it's been sold, it has been a ridiculous amount of money to get your hands on it because it's never been a flat-out gold price. Until today, where it has finally come out for 20,000 gold, or, which I would definitely suggest you buy before you spend the 20,000 gold on the T-22 medium, a container which either gives you the tank with a 25% drop chance, or 8,500 gold, which is the same price as $25. So, you're literally not losing anything if you get this container. You're keeping all the gold, and you can put it right towards the T-22 medium. Now, of course, this is a medium that everybody wants to get their hands on. The most wanted tank, I would have to say, at tier 10, currently even more than the AMX M454. And the reason for that being is not only is this a super well-armored medium tank, a lot of vehicles, especially tanks like the Leopard, the 50M, the M48 Patton, they all have this front wheel track weakness, where you can shoot right at the front track wheel and it'll not only spin the vehicle out, but it'll penetrate it. Well, the T-22 medium, not only is it extremely hard to hit that track wheel, but as well, you can see that the hull isn't even connected to it. It's one vehicle that has got super ridiculous armor on the sides. In fact, the whole side of this vehicle is almost completely spaced armor. You can see right at the back how there's a triangle right coming from the bottom of the tank that goes right up next to the fuel tank up to the top. That is the actual hull. Everything else is spaced armor on the sides, which means that this thing can be fantastic for side scraping, for ricocheting shells, and reverse side scraping is just absolutely ridiculous in this vehicle. Now, not only does it have stupid armor on the hull, but the cupolas that I once thought were actually a weak spot do not exist. They are not like the IS-4's weak spot where you actually can hit them sometimes. Those do not exist at all. That's actually just a little bit of spaced armor. That's a mind trick. So cupolas don't exist on this vehicle. And when you take a look at the gun, it's got ridiculous DPM at 3,219. It's got good aiming time at 3.3 seconds and decent dispersion at 0.312. So yeah, the T-22 medium is one of the strongest and deadliest tier 10s in Blitz, and it's a vehicle you really don't want to mess with. So in today's video, we're going to be doing a full down review on this tank. So as always, if you enjoyed today's video, you want to see more, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Now, I tried recording this video about 10 minutes ago, and it decided that my first game was going to absolutely crash my game and just log me out of Blitz. So we're retrying this recording here. Let's see how we can do now. Our T-5041 already not wanting to push medium. That is not a good start to this game, but at least he is going in the long run. So what are we up against? We got a Sheridan, a T-22 medium, and a T-5041. Now, you'd think that a Sheridan would struggle to penetrate this vehicle, but from my experience going up against this tank, and as well, Sheridan's coming up against it, it actually gets penned quite easily. I also forgot to mention this tank is also fairly quick, going 56 kilometers per hour. Now, that's something that's very, very nice. It gives you the ability to easily get in the position, but it's not the best power to weight, so it will struggle trying to stay on its top speed, especially climbing hills, as you can see. That's one thing to keep in mind, but of course, that's what you get when you have amazing armor as a trade-off. So, do they have any fast heavies? Not really. Okay, so we're going to push right here, see what we do spot. Hello, is there any... Oh, there's the T-22 medium. Okay. Not running any special camo, I see. There's also an Mil 2 back there. I'm not sure what to look out for, but if there are Mil 2s back there, that means that most of their team is most likely here. And judging that our heavies haven't spotted anything, it means I've got to be mighty, mighty careful. So we're going to stay back. I have a feeling that my teammates are about to get buttered through the hull armor. So let's see. We've got the Jagdpanzer actually sitting back there. We got the T-22 still sitting here. Oh, and as well a grill right off to the side. I'd love to get a shell into that grill, but sadly I just can't do anything as of yet. I can't wedge the hull down. There's nothing I can do currently, but at least the T-22 bounced the shell. Oh, yep, there you go. So that's a better example to see where all of the enemy tanks are. Now we got the T-5041 all the way off to the side. At least we got a shell out into him. But we're going to start backing up because, of course, that enemy E-100 is sitting right over here, and I don't want to be hit by that anytime soon. So there's the E-100 running the stock gun, of course. Don't you love that? So not too bad or much of a threat yet, but we're going to back up here. It just looks so weird having an E-100 stock gun. Now, my team is just bleeding. This isn't good. My T-5041's already lost half his health, and my Type 61's already dead, which is not what you want, of course. That's exactly quite opposite of what you want for your tier 10 games. Now we got the Sheridan right here. Let's get a nice snap into his hull armor. Don't mind if I do, but again, my T-54E1 is just constantly losing HP. Not a great start to this Blitz battle. So let's see if we can get some shells into the T-22 medium. There's one nice max shell into his hull. Let's keep going here. Let's get a second one in. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, but that was a bit of a shame for my part, actually. But let's keep aiming in on this T-22 hull. Ricochet off the upper plate, and actually, good shots from my teammates. But now we are down, yet again, another tank. So we are now down 2 tanks on my team, but at the same time, we've got the grill up top over here. Let's aim in and fire. You can see one of the big issues with the T-22 medium is actually the gun. It struggles a lot on accuracy, something that I'm not a huge fan of. It is really inaccurate. It's not the best. You, of course, want an accurate medium gun, and you can see that when this tank isn't in its natural environment, when it's hull down, when it's able to use the lightly gun depression it has of 6 degrees, it can be quite a struggle to play this tank. And this is a perfect example showing you that not every area where you play this vehicle is perfect. So I'm obviously not doing the best right now in my T-22. I'm trying to do the best I can, holding, of course, with my tank and everything like that, but it's a little bit of a struggle. So we're going to see what we can do here if the C-100 is going to poke. I don't know if he's going to, but I'm going to continue to just kind of wait here. The Sheridan's already dead on the enemy team. But honestly, what I'm going to do is we're going to drive back. Ooh, that's not good for you. We've also got the T-54E1 all the way off to the side. Finish him off. Good shell into you. We got the E-100 now over here as well. Let's start trying to get some shells into his turret. There's one shell. We're not sitting at the most damage yet, but we're starting to rip out shells quite easily. So, oof, that did not want to penetrate him at all, but let's just back up here and start getting some more shells in. Nice tracking shot, and as you can see, with him out even being able to hit my hull armor, this is not too bad at all. We are just pumping shell after shell after shell into this poor E-100. So there's another shell, and, well, yeah, this guy, we're just not going to talk about him, and long live the E-100. So all that's left is the Emil 1 off to the side, who's about to get slapped by this Kron. Let's see if we can get one shell into the side of him, aiming and fire. There you go, one nice shell, and we were able to break 3,000 damage. So not too bad if I do say so myself. Nice job from the team. Our team didn't do the best job, but to be fair, we were able to come out with a victory, and that's all that matters. And I'm surprised that the Emil 2 actually didn't try pushing up that hill, because that would have been a very, very hard target for me to fight, but can't complain. Nice job from our E3, nice job from the Kron, and of course the T-22 medium doing what a T-22 does. Now, of course, I can say the enemy vehicles weren't necessarily the smartest. The enemy T-22 didn't play a super great amount, and as well, the E-100, well, yeah, there's not much you can do about bad teammates. However, it rips apart players that don't know necessarily where to push their tanks, people that are learning how to play the game, which is something that's great about this vehicle, especially tanks that don't understand the armor profile of this vehicle. They shoot it in the side armor when it's angled. It can be a very, very tricky penetration. Even the upper plate can be very hard to penetrate at sometimes, so it gets a lot of weird and rarded bounces that you wouldn't expect, which is what makes the T-22 medium almost an IS-7. It actually gets more bounces sometimes than I would say my IS-7 in general. Now, looking at the enemy team, we got an AMX-50B, Hori, Jagdpanzer. Ooh, that's a lot of deadly tier 10s. Another T-22 50. Man, that is a deadly tier 10 lineup. Now, I got 2 T-22s on my team, so we should win just by money, but we'll see. Hopefully my T-22 pushes medium. We also got a Vickers Light, which is better than the enemy team's lineup because, of course, they don't have anything to spot, at least long distance. So hopefully that Vickers should do a good job spotting. I'm not going to push up that far just because that lineup is really deadly. And of course, an AMX-50B can be played as a medium, and if it is played as a medium, I don't want to be the one to find out. So I'm going to stay back here. Unfortunately, the Vickers is not popping up over the ridge to spot, which means that I can't tell if the enemy team is pushing this way, but it doesn't look like they are, actually. Now, I don't know if there's anybody sitting on the rails, but there's the 50B. Now, since the 50B is pushed over there, that means that I'm not super worried because, of course, that's good for me. So let's just push off over here. There's the Kampfpanzer 70. Nobody's sitting on the rails, which is really good, and that means I can make my way over to try and shoot maybe at the Jagdpanzer E-100 if we can. As well, we got the enemy T-22 medium over to the side. But to be fair, there's not much I can do right now. I'm going to push actually through mid, because there's not much I can do to the enemy Jagdpanzer, although we might be able to get a shot in through here. Let's aim, and come on. Fire. There you go. There's one nice shot, actually. Very surprised that that was able to go through. But hey, I won't complain, alright? Let's see if we can keep getting shells. Oof, armor not pierced. Hello, Jagdpanzer. Do you like big heat shells from tank? Fire! There you go, another nice shot into the Yag. You can see that the gun is weirdly accurate on this vehicle. It hits a lot of shells that you wouldn't think it would. Let's go for the lower plate of that Yag. There you go, another nice shot. The Yag missed me, of course, which means we can continue aiming in on his lower plate. Fire another shell, another nice shot into his lower plate. We are just ripping this poor soul apart. Ooh, another nice shot. I'm sorry, Yag, but this is what happens when you miss with T-22 medium. Okay, so all of our shells hit, except for that one. That makes absolutely no sense. We're not even going to talk about that, but we've already done quite a bit of damage to the Jagdpanzer as he is taken out. Let's get a nice snap into that Hori as we plop over the ridge. Nice match roll there. And let's keep going here to see if we can continue to shrug some more shells into the Hori. Hopefully my T-22 finishes him off. Nice job there. Now let's start going for the T-57 Heavy. There's one shell in, and of course you can see that, yeah, this tank, it's really just ridiculous how deadly the gun is on the vehicle. Now it's all we got, the 50B right here, who we're just going to tap a shell right into the side of. There you go. Nice shot. And finally, all we have left is the T-22 Medium and the Kampfpanzer on the side of the map. So this is the T-22. As you can see, just a ridiculous vehicle. The gun is stupid. Oh, that's actually a 50 TP, and as you can see, the 50 TP is also ridiculously quick, and I think that's one thing that makes it so overpowered currently. But yeah, the T-22 Medium is just a stupid vehicle. Now, we're not going to be able to get the shell out, I don't think. No, we are not. But a good game nonetheless. We are able to do just about 3,000 damage to what I'm aware. And you could see that, again, it just rips through enemy opponents. Actually, another 3,200 damage game. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I would definitely suggest to get the $24.99 gold bundle. And if you've been one of those people that have waited patiently for years on years to get your hands on the T-22, I would say go for it. It is worth the price just because of how good the vehicle is. And for about, what is it, $55 or so, it's not a terrible price. If you saved your gold box, you can easily get your hands on this tank for $20. So in my opinion, not a terrible deal. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. As always, if you did, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one.